All right, welcome back. It's almost 10 minutes before 7 here on this Thursday morning. It's great to have you with us. So today begins the much anticipated Soweto Economic Transformation Indaba. Its aim is to create beneficiation for Soweto's residents through an economic charter. The SABC is a media partner for this particular event, and covering this for us is our Morning Live producer, Kirat Lalla, who is being joined by a couple of guests. But let's find out from him what to expect and exactly where he is this morning. Good morning, Kirat.
Good morning, Leanne, and good morning to our Morning Live viewers. Well, I'm at the Grace Bible Church in Soweto for the much anticipated Soweto Economic Transformation Indaba. It's been much weeks in planning, and I have the two guests behind it all with us. I have Thabo Nkasi, who is the Director of Strategy and Economic Development at the Lighthouse Economic Development Institute, as well as its CEO, Kirat Lalla. But let's start off with Thabo. Thabo, good morning to you, and tell us, what can we expect today at this Indaba?
Morning, and morning to the viewers and Sowetans at large. Finally, the day has arrived, which everybody was looking forward to it. The schedule for today, we are expecting a mass attendance of Sowetans. And we're also expecting the MEC for Economic Development in Gauteng and the Minister of Small Businesses, Mr. Lindiwe Zulu. And we are also expecting people from the Black Business Council, the CEO from the Black Business Council, and people outside Gauteng, because this event has obviously attracted people outside Gauteng in other provinces.
So talk us through the program for today. What's happening?
The program of today, we will be having quite a number of speakers, and the minister will be addressing people of Soweto. The MEC also will be addressing the people of Soweto. And from our side, as a Lighthouse Economic Development Institute, will be unpacking as to the purpose of this event, because it's one of its kind. It has never happened in the country where people come together to determine their future.
Thanks. Now, Gugile, I told you earlier that I got lost in Soweto today on the other side of Protea Glen. But as I was driving, I saw a lot of development happening. So talk us through the budget for this economic Indaba.
Thank you very much. Good morning to the viewers at home. The budget for the Indaba, obviously, for today, it's in hundreds of thousands. And thanks to, first of all, the people of Soweto who decided to fund this from their own pockets, as well as to some of our sponsors who really came through to assist us in preparing for this very important event.
So talk us through the activities to uplift Soweto's economic development.
Well, today it marks, as Thabo has mentioned, a day that will be remembered in history as the day when Sowetans decided on taking into their hands their destiny and actually ensuring that they drive their own agenda when it comes to matters economic. As Thabo mentioned, this is a day that marks the change in terms of how people are going to be participating in the economy. It is not a government event, as in the government having called this event. It's the people who have called the government, and they are saying, we want to address you, and you must address us on matters that pertains to our economic spaces. You'll understand that Soweto is a township that is very much known worldwide. That has got about 2 million residents, and these people are sitting in this beautiful township, and many of them have got a lot of challenges, especially of unemployment, of real acidic poverty, which is just continuing. And there are entrepreneurs in particular here, which is the reason why we're here today, who are saying we need to change the economic landscape of Soweto by having meaningful participation to really drive what we always talk about as being inclusive economic participation.
Now talk us through some of the business opportunities possible in Soweto.
There's quite a number of business opportunities. You're talking basically across all sectors of economy. Today there will be no holy cow in terms of addressing holy cow left in terms of addressing your different economic activities. You're talking your private security. People of Soweto, they are saying 7 malls in Soweto, they are not being guarded by Sowetans, as it were. There are many private security firms in Soweto. They are saying they want a share of those malls in terms of guarding their own malls because they want to secure Soweto. 2, they want to ensure that there is a Bank of Soweto, which is what is very exciting today, because we are going to be unveiling a plan for the Soweto Cooperative Finance Institution, which is the Bank of Soweto, because they are saying we can save together and make sure that we fund our own activities. Whilst we have a lot of banks in the country, which is nice and good, but you see when it comes to rural places, it comes to townships, money does not naturally flow easily to those spaces. And yet those people are the ones who are saving in insurances, who are banking, and yet money, when it comes to them funding their own enterprises, they are so-called too much risk spaces. They are saying enough about that. It is now time that we fund ourselves when it comes to our own enterprises.
Now, there was something interesting that I also read up on the Soweto Stock Exchange. Can you tell us more?
Well, this is the beginning of the long journey of putting up eventually the stock exchange. But we are going to be talking about it, unveiling a plan as well in terms of how, as we move forward, the stock exchange will be launched in Soweto. So there's going to be experts, obviously, we'll be talking to that subject, but importantly, organizing and galvanizing people and really getting them ready and prepared for this very important milestone that will be happening in Soweto.
So people that want access to funds, maybe to start their own business, how can they go about doing that?
Obviously, we've got a lot of, we've invited some developmental finance institutions that we have in the country to come here so that they sort of expose people to the processes and the procedures of how to apply for funding. But importantly, this is now an opportunity. As I've said, that we'll be launching our own CFI in Soweto. There's obviously quite a few CFIs coming up because of the CFI Act. This for us means we must talk about over and above those other structures of finance, funding our own initiatives.
Thank you very much, Kugile, for talking us through all the finances that's happening today, and to you, Thabo, as well. Well, after this, it's Morning Live after the break.